Greetings all, and welcome once again to the Indie Ocean. I'm going kind of out of sequence this week. I've started recording videos here and there that don't fit into my usual batches. Last night it was because Craftimals had aggravated me to the point of fury, and today it's because MegaCity is surprisingly amazing. This came out last night, or maybe early this morning, and it's kind of a hybrid of SimCity type city management stuff and a puzzle game, with even elements of Tetris type puzzling involved, as you'll see. The title screen here kind of suggests it's more of a SimCity management thing, but there are a few of these sim/puzzle hybrids around. City Rain, Megalopolis, Lexiv more recently. But MegaCity is possibly the best one. You can see here we've got some challenge modes in true management sim fashion. I dabbled a bit in Mall Town, but not really done much with it. I failed it. I haven't played the game that much, but I wanted to take the chance to draw some attention to it, however much attention I can, while it's fresh. So we're going to just press on with the normal game mode here. Play game. And I'll try to explain how it all works as we go. Okay, so obviously, a grid. So far so puzzle-like. On the left we have this series of sort of tiles, building tiles, and that list is the list of tiles that will come up, like blocks in Tetris. It tells you which one is next, and each time you start a game, a standard game rather than a challenge game, you get a series of houses first, because houses are the only things that can earn you points. All other building types sort of enhance or inhibit houses, and the house's abilities to produce points. Actually, there are other residential tiles as well, apartments and that sort of thing, that will also produce points. So you start off with 5 houses, presumably simply to give you the ability to start producing points straight away. Get your houses laid down and then get some other buildings around them to start them actually doing something. This column on the left here, you'll notice, is sort of marked off from the rest of the grid, and it has 0 out of 4 at the top, as opposed to just 0. That column is important, because once you fill up the whole grid, the game is over. And the way to avoid filling up the grid is by scoring the required number of points in that leftmost column. So this one requires you to accumulate 4 points, or to be producing 4 points in that column. And then that column will slide off the screen and you will move to the right, opening up some new empty space. So we'll whack all our houses in the left column. That may not be the best strategy, but as I say, I'm still pretty new at this. Landfill. The red squares all around it indicate that all those squares will actually suffer a negative effect. They will have -1 point production value. So we want to keep it away from all our residential buildings, really. You can see on the left, the sort of plan on the tile tells you what the effects will be. The one underneath it, the park, has a circle of, or square of blue squares around it, which tells you they will all have a good effect. They'll all get +1. So whack the landfill up there out of the way. You can see -1s are on all the squares around it now. But we want to put the park near our houses, so that the blue squares cover some of the houses, because that will cause them to start producing points. So we'll put it just alongside these 3 here, I think, like this. So the blue squares rest over those houses. And now you'll see all the squares around the park say +1, and those houses say +1. And residential buildings that have +1 or +2 or whatever on them are producing that many points. Empty squares that say +1, or other types of buildings that are put on +1, +2, whatever squares, don't earn points, only residential ones. So you can see that left column now has 3 out of 4 in it. If we earn 1 more point, either by causing another house to produce points, or by increasing the number of points produced by one of the existing ones, then we'll move up a column. And this library obviously has an odd pattern for its blue squares, but we can whack that down in a place where it'll affect 1 or more of these houses. And if you have multiple blue effects on one space, then you go up to +2 points, +3, 4, whatever. So I'll put that down here somewhere, so that it'll affect 2 of our existing houses, and we move up. Apartments. Apartments are another residential building, obviously, and you can tell by the 2 times symbol on the apartment tile on the left there, the far left, that it produces twice as many points as a house. So if you put an apartment on a +1 space, it will actually produce 2 points. If you put it on a +2 space, it will produce 4 points, and so on. So, I think to get the most use out of the apartments, I'll put it on that +2, and that means next time this left column moves up, it will immediately move up again, because we've already got an apartment producing +4 in that second column, if you see what I mean. Now, a library. Again, stick it down in a place where it will either affect residential buildings that we currently have, or in a place where we think we might want to put them. So you can see we have this combination of puzzle game, where we're trying to put things together in a way that will do us more good than harm, and without filling up, there we go, 2 columns in one go, and without filling up the entire grid. But it also has the SimCity management type of thing, where you're trying to keep unpleasant functions like landfills away from residential areas, and you're trying to position amenities so that they cover houses and apartments. So it's a nice combination. It balances the 2 elements together really, really well. And I'm astonished. It must have taken loads of work to devise this idea and make it all balance. And it's all just superbly executed, very professionally done. And, of course, it's, to the best of my knowledge, a very original idea. So, as I say, brand new release, very highly recommended. I've only played it a bit, but I can see myself sinking a lot more time into it. Very, very intriguing game. And in the grand tradition of puzzle games, astonishingly addictive. So, MegaCity, a mere 80 Microsoft points. If you like SimCity type games or puzzle games, and especially if you like both, give this a go. It might very well be up your street. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.